Welcome, sports fans. Here we are yet again, y'all. You are now officially tuned in live to the Sports Couple Perspectives, right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. What is going on, y'all? This is me, your boy Larry B, joined by my beautiful fiancée, Cecilia.
Hi, everyone.
And we are back. Oh yeah, we're back and ready to roll. It's been a while, hasn't it, been?
Yes, it sure is.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
a lot's been going on our plates.
We apologize. Don't be mad. Are you guys mad? I think they're mad, babe.
No, maybe hurt.
I know. We're sorry for any inconvenience if we made you mad or hurt you. But we promised a good show today.
Yes, like we always do.
Right? It's going to be a fun one. So, with that said, you guys, man, it has been crazy over the last couple of, well, of course, the last couple of months, but of course, the last month has been nuts. Absolutely nuts. But lots to catch you up on, of course. We are super excited. Our wedding is getting closer by the day.
Yes, it's coming up fast.
If you've never planned a wedding,
It's crazy. It's a lot of work. I never realized how much work it takes. Because obviously I've never been, or neither of us have ever been engaged or married or whatever, but it's all a lot.
yeah. I mean, and honestly, I think that's an understatement by saying this. I seriously think it's an understatement by even saying
Oh, yes.
this. Because we can explain, it's like playing football. You can see it, but until you've actually done it. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, or anything. We're fans of any sport, and we love it, but it's like, until you actually are out there, you can understand as much as possible, but I feel like until you actually, like, do it, I don't know, is that fair to say, babe, or no?
Yeah.
I don't know, I suppose it's one of those things where you can come close, but man, until you've actually done it, it is crazy. So, with that said, it is crazy to think that we have really come a long way with this whole process. So, well, here we are, man. We're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we thank you so very much for tuning in here today. It has been a journey in our wedding and our engagement and everything. But yeah, so we officially have everything set, you guys. We have our venue. We have a place that we're going to get married at. We have everything from top to bottom pretty much ironed out. Few more things to go, but oh my gosh, babe, how relieved are you to know that we're like almost home free?
Well, I mean, there's still kind of a lot to do, but yeah, since we're getting closer, it's I feel like I can breathe a little bit more.
Well, that's how I feel. I feel like we're right there, of course, with being so we feel together. But it is absolutely nuts to think of how far we've come, though, and it's been fun, though. It really has been fun. So, in the process, stressful but fun, and here we are. So, well, the big day Amanda is asking is, believe it or not, big announcement. Big announcement. The day has changed to a very special day of IE Sports Radio. So, for those of you who do not know, IE Sports Radio's anniversary every year is May 15th.
Mm-hmm.
This May 15th is going to be the 8-year anniversary of IE Sports Radio. Interestingly enough, Cecilia and I actually have moved the day to Sunday, May 15th. So, we're actually going to be getting married on the 8-year anniversary of IE Sports Radio, which is pretty cool, right, babe?
Yeah. Maybe it was a sign it was meant.
Right? So, here's what we're going to do, by the way, with that. The 8-year anniversary show, where we're going to go all out and get crazy, we're actually going to get everything the day before. So, May 14th is the day we are going to do, actually, on my grandfather's birthday. We're going to do the big show on Saturday, big blowout show, have a great time, have a huge 3-hour show for the 8-year anniversary. The day before, Then we're gonna leave that night, get ourselves a nice hotel down in San Diego, and we're gonna get we are going to go ahead and get the our hotel out there, and well, we're gonna stay out there and have our wedding on the beach in San Diego.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
So that's what we'll be doing. That's how it's gonna go. And there it is. So, Taryn says, "Can I be the best man?" Well, that'll be Alexander Gaines, but Taryn, you're definitely one of the best men for sure. And yeah, he does enough. I think we know that. Taryn does
Mm-hmm.
too much here. So, yep. So that is it for us. We're excited to jump on in it, and well, we're ready to go. So anyway, it is going to be crazy. I can't believe it. We are on, of course, for the next hour, and well, my goodness, we have so much to get into. It is crazy to think of the amount of stuff we're getting into today, but it's a lot. So, big ups to USRN. They just got underway about 4 hours ago. The race, the IMSA Rolex 24, just got underway at 10 a.m. 10:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we are over here on the West Coast. 1:40 p.m. on the East Coast, and this race will be going 24 hours until tomorrow, once again at 10:40 a.m. Pacific Time, 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time, and it has been a crazy one. We just saw our first caution, if I'm not mistaken, maybe second. A nasty caution, destroyed one of the GTD cars. I'm bummed out about that. So was Cecilia. She was like, I hate when cars crash. So, but we're back to green, and we have just under 20 and a half hours to go for this race. And we definitely are looking forward to the conclusion of this thing. So, but the race is a journey itself, and it's really exciting to see it. So, with that said, so thank you everybody once again in the chat room here. Adam says my daughter and I are playing a game too, Shoots and Ladders. So, remember that game?
Yeah. Yeah, I've played it a couple times when I was younger.
Yeah, it's a fun game. That is a fun game. So we really, have some nostalgia there, and we're certainly looking forward to our game coming up in just a little bit. And well, it'll be fun. It's a one-rounder today, very simple. But hey, we've been promising you guys a game, so we are gonna get our game. So anyway, you guys, as we do that, we continue on with our coverage here of the IMSA Rolex 24. That is actually going to continue on. The baton has just been passed from USRN to USRN2. So now over on Mixler.com, USRN2 is continuing the coverage now from 2 p.m. Pacific time all the way until 9 p.m. Pacific time. And well, we're taking over the baton. We're the third leg in this race of six stints, and up looks like we have yet another wreck. Alex Rivera's in the GTDP wrecked, and looks like this car might just be totaled too, man.
Wow.
That is the second big wreck of this this race, and unfortunately, another one bites the dust.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, total bummer there. Yeah, I don't think we've even seen this many wrecks in a race so far. So this is actually Cecilia's first ever, actually, like, really getting into it. First ever Rolex 24. So what do you think of that?
I mean, it seems cool. I mean, I don't really know too much about racing, but it seems cool. And, it sucks when they crash. And experiencing this all for 24 hours seems, quite interesting too.
It is really neat to see this race go as it has, and such a fun one. I mean, unfortunately, we lost another car. It's a Mercedes. But man, I'll tell you, it's so neat seeing this. So yeah, that is Kenny the ball. It looks like the GTD, the number 75, is now out of this thing. So what a bummer, man. That's two GTDs. Oh, it looks like an LMP3 also. The number 6 is out of this thing as well. Look at this, another car. Oh my gosh, we have two cars, a couple cars out now. So yeah, we're currently watching live on USA. Really excited for this race all year long. We wait for this one in Le Mans, and sadly, we have a couple more cars out of it. So bummer, but this race is certainly 100% endurance, and it is endurance to the core. The drivers, of course, as I explained last year, of course, Cecilia, she, caught bits and pieces, but this is her first year, like, really getting into it, like, a little more. So it's crazy, like I explained that there are different stints, of drivers and crews and everybody, and they basically sweep when they're not behind the wheel or on, or in the pit group or in the pits, that is. And it is just insane to see these drivers and these cars. It's the car. That's the one that's lasting. The driver doesn't have to last all those hours. The car does. So crazy to see it. And once again, the car, once the car gives out, well, guess what? That's it. The entire crew. Let's call it a race. So yeah. So when I started telling you about all this, and this morning we were talking about this, what are your initial thoughts on an endurance race like such?
I don't know. I thought it was cool. I mean, it's something different. I mean, you don't hear that too often about a sport doing stuff like that. So, I mean, it's pretty cool to see and hear.
It really is. 24 hours. This car running for 24 hours straight. Super cool to see. And yeah, we can't wait to get it, of course, later on today. Get our live call right now. USRN, once again, USRN 2 on the call. And, well, we will be continuing the call tonight from 9 our time to midnight. And that is 12 a.m. to 3 p.m. or to 3 a.m. in the morning for our listeners over on the East Coast. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that. And, well, there's lots of sports going on, but, of course, tomorrow, Championship Sunday, 2 games, 4 teams, and, well, dude, we're down to the Final Four of the NFL. We have the primetime face-offs this morning, fun stuff. And yeah, great. Thank you to everybody, of course. 2 great face-offs, and really appreciate everybody. Turban Patriot judging, of course, one of our IE Sports Radio Hall of Famers from 2021. But the Bengals and the Chiefs taking on, well, the Bengals and the Chiefs going head-to-head, and the Niners versus the Rams. Well, a Bengals team that hasn't been there. They haven't been to this game since 1988. Can you believe that? I mean, seriously. We have here Adam Karnick says here, how do the drivers stay awake for the whole race? They don't. They don't, Adam. So, long story short, going back to IMSA real fast, they race in stints. So the team, the driver, that's an entire team. Now the whole team is the 4 different drivers and the different crews that go with those drivers. So you basically go in stints. The first stint just ended. They can drive for like 3 to 4 hours. They have it all timed out differently. But the first stint is the driver A and crew A. Then driver B and crew B takes over for like the next 3 to 4 hours. Then after that, driver and crew C, team C of that team takes over for the next 3 to 4 hours. Then D, the fourth, that team takes over. And then, hey, that's it. Driver A or driver and crew A get back in the car after, after that period of time, and then it starts over again. So they usually have 2 to 3 stints behind the wheel, and of course on the crew and everything. And it is just insane. So yeah, they sleep in the pits. They all sleep in the pits and find themselves a nice, comfy, cozy place and knock out, and then they're right back at it. They're on the clock, and they're keeping that car on the track. So yeah, craziness, and such a cool race. But yeah, so Bengals coming in after a huge victory last week, knocking off the Titans 19-16. The Chiefs will have an incredible game last week with the Bills going into overtime. Chiefs winning 42-36, heading to the championship. Then we have the Niners, also on Saturday. They would defeat the Packers 13-10 in cold, cold, cold weather, and the Rams would prevail, knocking off the Buccaneers and sending Brady home. Crazy to think that Brady retired today, so can we get a quick hand clap? Congratulations on a great career to the great Tom Brady. We'll get into him in just a few minutes, but the Rams defeating the Buccaneers 30-27, and that was a great a great game coming off the last second field goal from Matt Gay, 30-yard field goal. That would end the Buccaneers season and advance over the Rams. And, well, there we are. Bengals taking on the Chiefs now. Chiefs have had great success in the last couple of years. The Bengals haven't been here since the 88-89 season, where they actually took on the Niners in that Super Bowl. Kind of crazy. The Niners would win it that year. And then the Niners taking on the Rams, well, they have been to the Bowl since 2013, where they would lose to the Ravens, and the Rams being there a couple years ago, losing to the Patriots like 3-4 years ago. So yeah, there's three of these teams who have been in the Super Bowl in the last decade. The only one who hasn't been there since since 1989 was the Bengals. So Cecilia and I were both very small when this Super Bowl took place. Yeah, well, I think if it was in January, I wasn't even born yet. But my birthday's coming up on Tuesday, so really excited for that. So yeah, we were both really little. Last time the Bengals were anywhere near this level. So with that said, Dave, you've been watching this whole season with me, being a part of it. So what are you thinking right now? Who are the two teams that you're looking to win this thing tomorrow and head to the Super Bowl?
I picked two.
Mm-hmm. Who's winning this one? Who's winning that
one? I think the Chiefs and maybe the Rams.
Ooh, let's see. I am certainly with you taking the Chiefs. However, I would like the Rams to go, but I think the Niners are the better team.
I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, so I really think the Niners will win this thing, but we'll see. So we shall see tomorrow. 2 games here, one early in the day, one later in the day. So those are my 2 picks. As I said this morning, I'm 3 and out. Those are Cecilia's picks. Yep, Taryn says those are my picks. Cecilia, awesome. Yeah, of course, taking the Rams. I want them to win. I just really think that the Niners are the better team, but I would much rather have the Rams go than the Niners, trust me. But with that said, so that's a little bit of NFL talk, and there we have it. So yeah, little bit of sports there, getting into that in the first 20 minutes here of the show. And as we continue here with 20 hours and 17 minutes to go in the IMSA Rolex 24, we are now still under caution. And that's where we're going to sit probably for a little bit here. So anyway, those are some sports we got going on. Last but not least, well, you guys... Oh, we got Taryn in the chat room says, like you said at the beginning of the season, Larry, the Rams are a wild card. You never know what they can do. And it's the truth. They can be a freaking 1 or an 11, or whatever it is in cards. That's exactly what they are. They are a wild card. They are an ace. They can serve as really whatever. They can be great or they could suck. And this year they were great. And look at them now. They're playing great and they're 1 game away from the Super Bowl. So we'll see. So last but not least, USRN was advertising a little bit ago, and they're going to be calling them. Really excited to join in. But, babe, this is something you have been excited about since last year. And that, of course, coming up next week are the Winter Olympics.
Oh, yeah, I love the Olympics. I love them both, summer and winter.
Absolutely. So the games this year played in Beijing. We are getting underway. Really, really excited. February 4th through the 20th. So we are going to see everything from curling. We got hockey. Crazy. COVID this year actually pulled out a lot of these teams. They were told, I don't know how that got, how it came up or how it ended. Adam, of course, here, one half of the Neutral Zone here at IESR Radio. But crazy enough, Canada and the U.S. are not letting their hockey players go. And if they do, they can't return to play in the NHL coming back because of COVID. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so Adam says here, my wife is so excited for the Winter Olympics. Yeah, and I hate to say this, and this is gonna sound so sexist, and I'm sorry, but I just feel like the figure skating and like I don't know, there's more of a women's field to the side. And I sound so
That's
mean.
not true.
I know. I'm sorry.
Because they have the couples figure skating too,
They do.
and they have the male skating.
They do, and
So that is not. I mean, that is sexist what you said.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I don't know. I feel like it's more of like a dance. And don't get me wrong. We love to dance, but I'm just saying it's just I don't know.
Let's
Like,
see you try to skate on ice.
I'm not even saying it's hard. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm just saying I don't know. I kind of feel like when it comes down to it, women will always prefer the Winter Olympics over the Summer Olympics
I like them both
because
equally.
of the figure skating.
No, because a lot of people like gymnastics too.
And it's true. I like them both as well. But I'm just saying that I feel like when it comes to like certain things, I feel like certain things women get more appeal into. Now, don't get me wrong. I personally love them both because I'm a sports guy. So I'm going to be really into all of it. But because I totally understand that there's so much preparation that goes into everything and lots of training. And so, I mean, we just had an episode in the last season talking about cheerleaders and how it is a sport and how these dancers in the NFL need to be paid a lot more money than what they get paid. It's not fair. So, but I'm just saying, I mean, it is what it is, but I also feel like another comment is women tend to, and this is, in my opinion, this can be as sexist as it wants to, it's the truth, and it's annoying, but the halftime show I hate that. Unless it's a freaking metal band playing, I do not care about the halftime show. The halftime show is so stupid. I don't want to see anybody. Let's get on with the game. But as many Super Bowl parties as I've been to and everything, it's kind of funny because the vast majority of all Super Bowl parties, well, the women aren't really caring about it too much whatsoever unless they're really, really into the game or like at least football fans somewhat. And then halftime comes and it's like we switch roles. The men go outside. They're like, I don't want to see this garbage. I'm going to go outside and have fun. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not only about the halftime show. It's also about the commercials.
Yeah, but I'm just like in general. And then the women will crowd around the TV because they're like, oh my gosh, what is she wearing? OMG. Like, I don't know. I don't know. They get into and it's usually pops and crap that women want to hear. So, I don't know. I just kind of
like what you don't want to hear.
I don't want to hear. Absolutely. So, I just feel like, I don't know. Like, that can be a remark, but I don't know. I kind of feel like that's usually how it goes. Like, women are really drawn to majority. I'm not saying this is 100%, but I'm saying a higher percentage, I feel, of women are drawn to Super Bowl because of halftime, and probably because of the commercials, but because of the halftime performance. And men, of course, are usually for the game. Now, is that 100% true? No. Is it 100% accurate? No. Are the roles flipped in some cases? Absolutely. So, but I'm just saying, I just kind of feel like if it were a percentage, it'd be higher women for the halftime show, men for the game. And it's kind of like I feel like with the Olympics too. And earlier, my apologies, didn't mean to say it like that. I meant to say like as in the certain sports. Gymnastics, awesome. I love it. But to somebody who doesn't appreciate it, like a man that doesn't appreciate gymnastics, he's probably going to pass and rather watch the boxing instead. While the women's going to be like, no, I want to watch the gymnastics.
Yeah, but they have men's gymnastics too.
They do. And like I said, but I feel like it goes the same thing with figure skating as well. To somebody who can respect it and appreciate it and know that's really, really, really hard, heck yeah, men are going to get into it and know that it's extremely tough. But at the end of the day, a lot of the women will rather watch that because it's more, I don't know, there's dance, it's couples, it's kind of like that's figure skating, where the men are probably going to want to watch hockey instead. I mean, do you agree with those statements? Or no?
To a certain extent, but I mean, it all depends on everybody's preference.
No, absolutely. I just feel like the percentage is there. Mm-hmm. I just feel like if you were to take a sample and ask the vast majority.
Maybe we should take a poll.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. I just kind of look. For instance, Mike Pat says here, my wife watches the Super Bowl for the commercials. See, so I can.
That's not halftime show. Though.
No, but I can guarantee you, she probably watches the halftime show too over the game. You know what I mean? Would rather care about that. And then Adam says here, women's hockey starts Thursday. Really cool. So we got some women's hockey getting down. Really excited for that. Taryn, I wish there was volleyball in the Winter Olympics, but that can get frigid. Ha ha ha. So yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sexist, Mike. Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of feel like it would lean that they're, I don't know. I really, 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 really feel that those percentages is kind of there. So yeah, earlier, my apologies, you guys. I know it came out wrong. But no, I'm saying that, once again, I feel like women and men are drawn to different things unless the two can appreciate and respect. Because I'll tell you right now, same thing. Women, it can go the other way too. Women be like, oh, I don't care about the game. I just want to watch halftime. Well, you don't respect football, apparently. You don't understand it. That's why you don't get it, because it's actually really, it's a very hard sport to play, and a lot goes into it. It's very complex. But you're just choosing to not respect it, and you don't really care to watch it, so you rather give them the halftime. So I don't know. Is that fair to say?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not saying that at all. You're putting words in their mouth.
Well, I'm just saying, though. See what I mean? So it can go the other way. But I feel like there's complexity to it, and it really just goes with the respective whatever it is they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you disagree?
Do I agree?
So you disagree?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so give me your take.
Well, I mean, I used to be one of those people too, where I only watched football, the Super Bowl just because of the halftime or because of the commercials. But I mean, I would still watch them play, from time to time, and especially when they would get hit, I'm like, oh. But I mean, I don't know. It's just everybody has their own partake in watching the Super Bowl.
I totally agree. But for instance, you would only watch Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Did you even know the season started in August?
No.
And now, September, that is, preseason in August. But now that you've had to sit with me over the last 5 months almost and watch every weekend of football, did you ever think there was so much?
I had a feeling that there was a lot, because I grew up with uncles who were all about football, so I knew it was pretty long, but I was never into watching it until now.
Makes sense. So, crazy though. See, it's cool to have all these different perspectives and everything. So, Mike says here, depends on who's performing. Yeah, and for me, I hate anything mainstream, so it's, don't get me wrong, not anything, but the vast majority of anything mainstream. Therefore, I'm usually not going to like it. Depending on who is performing, though, you're absolutely right, Mike. Adam says, my wife is consistently impressed that both male and female figure skaters have to do quads in their routines now. That is very impressive, actually. Mm-hmm. And Taryn says, I watch Super Bowl, and then you get all arounds, like Taryn. I watch Super Bowl for the football, of course. Commercials, in my opinion, whatever. A halftime show, I walk out of the room, but there you go, Taryn. And memes! There are plenty of memes that go along with it, too. So, anyway, there you have it. First half of the show here in the books. And yeah, fun stuff. So we're taking ourselves a quick break. When we get back, we are going to go into the pop culture side and talk a little bit about all of the other stuff we got going on today. My goodness. We got to get into a few of the shows and movies that we have recently checked out. And we're going to play ourselves a little game. Test of both worlds. I think you know where that one is. We quiz each other on each other's side of the realm where we both are more into and see what we can get right. We'll even go one round, a few questions, but we've been promising you guys a game, so we're going to do that. So all of that and more to come on the second half of our show. You're listening to the Sports Couples Perspective right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris, the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Harrison Glazer, and we're coming at you from the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. I cover the Jets, the Islanders, the Nets, and the Yankees.
This is Pierre Moss, and I cover the Mets, Knicks, Rangers, and the Giants.
Our show is live every Wednesday through Spreaker and a bunch of other ways to get our content. Again, we're the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. We talk about all those New York sports. It's a lot of fun. We get into all of it. Please tune in. Again, that's Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
And we look forward to having you guys right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Shores of the Puget Sound to the rushing waters of the Columbia River, stretching across the Great Cascades, and on IE Sports Radio lives the Northwest Territory Sports Show, hosted by me, Brad Buckingham. On this show, I cover all the great collegiate and professional sport teams that we have here in the Pacific Northwest. Of course, I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks, Seattle Mariners, Sounders, and even the Seattle Kraken. But I can't forget all of that is good in Oregon either. I got the Trailblazers, the Oregon Ducks, the Beavers, even the Timbers, and much, much more. You can listen to the show every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern, noon to 1 p.m. Pacific on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you looking for a sports show that maybe isn't 100% about sports?
Then you might want to check out the Sports Couple Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Most sports shows cover only scores and stats, and while we're not opposed to that, we dig a little deeper into sports issues and some of the hottest topics in athletics.
In addition to sports, we take a journey through my neck of the woods, pulp culture, with movie reviews of both sports and non-sports films.
Speaking of pop culture, make sure to participate in our game nights, where we quiz each other on our specialties, and you, the listeners, can win IE Sports Radio apparel.
We always have a great time learning more about each other's worlds, one show at a time.
So join us each week on the Sports Couple Perspectives, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Here we are, y'all, coming back to the second half of our show. Big ups to Adam Karnick's daughter. He says she's dancing to the drops. So dang cute. Absolutely, Adam. That is pretty freaking cute. So, That is awesome. And thank you very much for tuning in today, man. You joined us with your daughter. Everybody else tuning in today as well. We are having ourselves a good one and having a little fun here with some sports. Our time to transition on over. We actually we're just under 20 hours. Actually, we're a minute away from 20 hours to go in the show. Here we go, y'all. Really excited for this. 20 hours to go in the race. Man, it is a good one so far. I don't know if we've ever had this many accidents, at least in the last couple of years I've been watching. This many accidents in the first 3 hours. My goodness. But here we go, y'all. 20 hours to go in this one, and we're running strong. That, man, this is going to be fun as we get to the later hours, of course, coming in tonight. But anyway, so time to go ahead and transition into a little bit of pop culture, of course, Cecilia's world. So let's move on over and talk about a few things that we've seen, at least, to start things off. So, name that tune. This is a show that we saw a couple of weeks ago on Hulu, right?
Yeah.
On Hulu. And who else that thing? I saw Randy Jackson in there. Who else?
Yeah, Randy Jackson, and I'm forgetting the actress's name. She's an actress/singer, I guess, but she doesn't. I think she only sings like on movies and shows and stuff like that. She doesn't sing like for like albums or stuff like that. But I don't know her name.
I think it's kind of funny that we stumbled upon it, actually. Yeah, this is something that Cecilia got really. Once again, me, you guys, I know, I'm sorry. Anything mainstream just makes me sick. Of course, it's kind of funny because Cecilia's the exact opposite. She's into all these other. Me, of course, to me, music died the year 2000. Like, the majority of anything made after that is trash, in my opinion. Is there a lot of good stuff that got made after that? Absolutely. But the majority of everything got destroyed and burned and you know where. Because, yeah, music today is absolute garbage for the most part. But, I think it's pretty funny, though, regardless, that, you know, we're not going to get into that topic. I don't like today's music. But regardless, this is a really cool show because some people really know their stuff. And it's crazy to think that they know it, like, off the first, like, 2 beats of the song, which is kind of crazy. So Cecilia got really into this really, really fast. And it was pretty sweet. So, yeah, maybe you want to go ahead and give a little, your take on the show?
First, the other host, her name was Jane Krakowski. I think I said that right?
Yeah.
Krakowski. That's an interesting last name. Something you don't hear every day. But basically, they have 2 contestants, and then they play a song, and then they only play they don't play the chorus at all, because obviously, usually the name title is in the chorus. So, they don't play the chorus. They play, like, the beginning part of the song. And then, they have to guess within, they only play a certain amount. It seems like only, like, 5 seconds of it. And then, they both have to race to push a buzzard and name the song, not the artist. Yeah, name the song, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, name the song, not the artist. I mean, they can if they wanted to, but they get points for naming the song. And then they go a couple rounds, I think like 2 or 3, or obviously whoever has the highest points. And then they do like a, I don't know what you call it, like a stare down. Not a stare down, but a standoff or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, they challenge each other and they say, they say the person's name and they say, like, I'll use Larry, obviously. They would say, like, Larry, I can name that tune in 3 notes. And then he would say, Cecilia, I can name that tune in 2 notes. And then if I agree with that, then I can say, all right, Larry, play that tune. And then they'll play it, and they'll only give him 2 notes, and then he has to name the song right away. And then if he can't do it, and I said, what, 4 notes right now?
Yeah.
So then they would give me the 4 notes, and then I named the tune, and if I get it correct, then he's off the show, and then, or he's no longer a contestant, and then I would move on. And then I think you have to get, I think they give you 7 songs, and you have to get them all correct. But either way, if you get even one wrong, you're still walking off the show with the money that you've already won. And I forget what the grand prize is, how much it is. I think it's like 50,000 or 100,000.
Something like that.
It's something like that. We've only seen a couple episodes. We need to watch it more, but yeah, we just came across it. I was like, I don't know what to put on one night, and then I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, check this out, and we checked it out and fell in love with it. So it's a really good show. I highly recommend it.
Definitely a fun show to watch. I can't stand half the music on there, but honestly, I put that aside. I actually get really into it because it's like, wow, these people are really wet.
You don't put it aside.
Okay, so I will talk crap on the music because I don't like half of it. Actually, I don't like 90% of it. But there are those rare ones where I'm like, oh, that's a good song. But I still find it very... that's great. Look, I mean, the music doesn't have to be good at all, in my opinion. But I will say that no matter what, that's really cool. These people really know their music. And it's really cool because if that's what they're into, that's what they're into. And they know it so well, they can name it in one note. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It surprised me. I think we've seen 2 episodes where one woman did it and one man did it, but 2 different episodes. One woman was like, I can name that tune in one note. And then the other contestant was like, okay, fine. I forgot her name, but the other dude was like, okay, name that tune. And oh my god, I would literally fall out of my seat because I'm like, how do you do that? Like, one note can mean so many other songs. And then another guy did it on another episode, and I was just like, oh my god, like, seriously, how did they do that? Because I'm not good with music. I'm not a music. I mean, I love music, don't get me wrong, but I don't listen to music as much as I watch, like, shows and movies. So I know a lot of actors and actresses, like, I'm really good with that. But yeah, Larry is good with music, so we're complete opposites in those things.
It's funny. Even the music I don't like, I know, which is kind of funny.
He's a freaking jukebox.
That's pretty much it. Because I was raised with it. Music was always my first thing. Only child, raised by 2 OG parents. So, I mean, when I was 8, I was 15. So everything they watched, I watched. Everything they listened to, I listened to. I mean, damn, Gina, you know what I mean? I grew up watching Martin, Fresh Prince, like Real World, Road Rules on MTV. Like I grew up watching all the stuff that my parents watched. So it's just music was something I was drawn to. MTV, I was introduced to at an early age, and that's it. So, like I said, even the music I didn't like, I still knew. So even like today, it's like I try to really alienate myself from it. But I can remember names and all these things or whatever. But yeah, regardless, I thought it was a really cool, really fun show. Adam Carnick here in the chat room says, name that tune is fun. So apparently.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I even tried to play along. And then I joke around. I'm like, oh, I could be on the show. No, I couldn't because I don't do well under pressure. So.
It's funny because she'll even like put herself in the shoes of the contestant when it's really like there's pressure. She's like, oh my gosh, like she gets like she feels their pressure. It's hilarious.
Larry can't play because he knows all the songs, so yeah. Or more like the artists, huh?
The artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they go by music or the song or name the song. But yeah.
I kind of like how cutthroat it is because they want the actual name title. So for instance, if you give something like that's like if you just add an extra word to the title.
Oh yeah, they don't accept it.
I think it's pretty awesome. I like that.
You have to like get it spot on, or at least somewhat close to it. But if you add something, then they won't give it to you.
I like it. I think it's great. Terrence says, "I'm sorry, Adam. Well, remember that my wife and I are musicians. So, okay, that's right.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't know that she was a musician. I knew you were a musician. That's pretty cool, Adam. Yeah, me too. I love it. Love jamming.
What instruments do you guys play? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Seriously, what you guys got going on? That's pretty cool. We really enjoyed it. I thought that was a pretty cool show. We gotta get back into that show.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it. I think I just looked it up right now. Season 2 will be coming March something. So we got to catch up on season 1. We only watched like 2 episodes, so we can watch the rest of it and see how all that goes.
It's definitely a good show. And okay, well, with that said, recommendation, Dave. What are you thinking? What do you give the show? What's your grade you're going to give the show? And a recommendation. What do you think? Do you? Well, I think you already said you definitely recommended it.
Yeah, I said I highly recommend it. I would give it an A+. It's fun.
It is.
It's very something light and fun. So I mean, and it's appropriate for everybody of age. So
It really is. Nothing horrible. They don't play any obscene music or anything. Honestly, I think
well,
it is.
obviously too, it's aired on TV. So I mean, they have to keep it age appropriate.
Yeah.
So
It's a really fun. It's a fun show. Definitely worth the watch. So yeah, I'm the same thing. A+ as well. So okay, let's move it on. Now we've watched a few different things over the last couple of months. Of course, I know we haven't been on since New Year's week. Actually, New Year's Day. Huh? We were on New Year's Day, I think.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, or yeah, it was crazy. But okay, so something else we got into in the last couple of weeks. Okay, so Cecilia and her sister and her sister's man, great people. Big shout out to them. Kind of funny. Before Cecilia and I got together, I started watching this show, and I guess the newest season came out. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, we gotta watch it!" And I was like, "All right." And then, yeah, I watch whatever she watches. I mean, we're over here watching Kim Possible sometimes. I don't care.
That's stuff I grew up with. So
Right, like,
it's nice to go down memory lane.
Right? And I don't care. I'm like, all right, let's watch it. You know? I'm all with her. Like, what, getting into it? I don't give a crap. Hey, I'm down for some Kim Possible. So, I really think she should get her little text message thingy for her ringtone.
Oh.
I really do.
Nah.
I really think you should do that.
Nah. It's too much work.
It's too much work. I thought that was pretty cool. But so you and I have watched the show, and it's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one.
It's not weird. It's different.
It's different. But the show is called Lock and Key, and
it's a Netflix original.
It's a Netflix original, and that's pretty much... I mean, I can give you the gist of it, but it'll not be as good at all as her. I forget all the names, and as you can see, I'm not the biggest show person. Of course, I am way more now than I've ever been, because of Cecilia. I watch whatever she watches. You know, we watch things together, and like I said, I don't oppose to anything. I'm like, all right, that sounds good, you know. We could be watching novellas. I don't care. So it's my life, you know. But with that said, babe, let everybody know about this real quick and tell the story, or however you can summarize this whole thing, and let everybody know about Lock and Key.
Well, like I said, Lock and Key is a Netflix original, and it's really about this guy who, you know, obviously gets married, has 3 kids, and unfortunately he passes away, and then they move back to where he grew up in, I forget where it's at, Massachusetts or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
And then they, like, their youngest child, starts, like, hearing these whispering noises, and he finds one key, and, I don't know how to really explain it all that great, but I mean, it's a good show. It's kind of like a mystery situation in a way, and I don't know, like the way I can kind of relate it to is because these keys are magical and they do a whole bunch of different stuff. It kind of reminds me of like the whole like Narnia movies kind of thing, but just different. It's different though. But yeah, and then obviously there's always an enemy, so they, you know, come in contact with this enemy, and for some reason, this monster thing just wants the keys for themselves to make them stronger, I guess. I don't know how all that works, but yeah, there's only 2 seasons out though, and I would recommend that one too.
It's different. I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. Kind of funny that, like, everything has to do with a key. So, it's crazy. It's like these different keys, like, leave your body, and there's, like, another one to go anywhere in the world, and all these different
I would love that key. You just have to imagine a door, a place or a building has to have a door, though, because otherwise, how would you travel there? But, yeah, so that can take you anywhere that you basically want. But, like, even across the country or, across the world or wherever. But yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's really neat because, of course, every show's got to have their villains. And it's crazy because, like, it's really, I don't know, it's getting really crazy to, like, at first, it was crazy because of all the keys and everything like that. Now, after the second season, we're, like, into the freaking Revolutionary War, it seems like. And we got the redcoats over here, and it's a trip. So yeah, I guess.
Well, that part was just because it was going back in time to remember, or not remember, but to show the audience like how the because that's the family's last name is Locke. So it just basically shows us like how they came in contact with these keys and how the keys are made and like why their family is tied to it and everything.
Pretty cool. I mean, I mean, of course, I noticed Locke, and I was like, oh my gosh, can you imagine, like, John Locke pops up in this thing? I mean, it's around that time. It's revolutionary, in the Revolution. So, the American Revolution. So, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But regardless, I thought it was pretty neat. So, yeah, so what do you think? What do you give this? What's your grade, and what's your recommendation?
I like it. I would recommend it. I would think it's an A.
Yeah, that works for me. I give it an A too. Pretty cool. Definitely worth the watch. Fun show to watch. So, okay, next up, something really crazy here that we just happened to. Kind of funny. We just kind of stumbled upon it, I think, as well, because it was something to just watch. And of course, I mean, Celia and I both Marvel fans for the most part. Get into it, enjoy the superheroes. It's fun to watch. And well. We fell upon Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah.
And it was short.
Yeah, it's only one season. I don't think they'll be doing any more.
It's weird. This is kind of a weird little series, wasn't it? It's a little
Is that weird?
quick little series. And...
No, it's short and to the point.
Yeah, it was. It was only, how many, episodes? It wasn't very many.
I don't know. I think only 8, maybe?
Yeah, it wasn't very much at all. Overall, it's just very simple. There's this girl that is like a woman Hawkeye, I guess. She's like a fan of his, I guess, or whatever, and they team up, and it's
supposed to take place like after the Avengers movies, like the very last one. Because obviously Black Widow's no longer in the picture.
Yeah.
A lot of the superheroes are no longer in the picture, so it mainly takes place after that, and it was showing how Hawkeye was living afterwards and everything like that, and then he goes on vacation with his kids to New York, and then they watch a little play and whatnot, and then he runs into this girl because she was wearing an old uniform that he had worn during the time, it was during one of the Avengers movies where he ended up turning evil in a way, like he was going after the people that like actually really deserved it in a way, like bad guys. And I forgot what he called himself then. Ronin, yeah. So there was a gang in New York that thought that Ronin was back, and they were after the girl, not knowing that it wasn't Ronin. And he ends up helping her take down like that gang in a way, basically, and somehow her mom was tied into it. So yeah, and she was just trying to get information on that and whatnot. But it was pretty cool. A lot of action-packed stuff, which is always fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I actually really liked it. Short, sweet, to the point, but really, it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's crazy to see that like a lot of the heroes are out of the picture. It's afterwards. I don't know. I mean, it's money, so I'm almost guaranteeing they're going to do this. But I mean, you think they're going to continue to build on this now and just go further in the future with like different heroes and this and that? Maybe eventually get to like a different type of Avengers where I don't know.
I mean, I love superhero stuff, and I've never read comic books and everything like that. I mean, I've always wanted to get into them, but I don't know how all that works and stuff like that. So I'm not sure. I mean, they might just keep making movies about, like, they might have one about Hawkeye and just getting to know him a little bit more. Just getting more into depth about the superheroes that are left, and then the newer superheroes who are coming, both in the Marvel world and DC world, just to elaborate more and make, more superheroes. I mean, who doesn't like superheroes? So can never go wrong with that.
Absolutely. So I thought it was pretty cool too. I love how she says "hawk guy."
No, I said it correct this time around. I said
I
hot guy.
know. It was funny. We were it was funny. It was cute. We were talking. She was like, "I thought his name was Hawk Guy."
Hot, like HOT, hot, hot eye.
No,
No, never mind.
Hawk Guy.
No, I don't remember
Like,
what it was.
I thought it was. It's funny. It's not something to make fun of. It was funny. It's funny because you're like, "It was Hawk."
Oh, guy, that's
Hawk
right.
Guy.
Guy, yeah,
Hawk
that's right.
Guy.
But then I've come to realize it's Hawk Eye because he has his eye. You're watching people like a hawk. Yeah, I'm a dodo bird. Sorry.
It's like Hawk Guy and Batman. Just kidding.
No.
That was pretty funny. So, all right. So, last thing we talked about, or last night, we watched two things last night. The first thing we watched was a movie that, kind of funny, everyone we know, like, in our circle of people, have watched this. It seems. Everywhere we turn, of course, I'm a teacher, so I hear about this. Some of the kids and, the teachers and everything, and kind of funny. Cecilia works, she's a principal teacher, so she has, the kids and everything, and they're all and it's funny, even one of my good friends from New York, of course, originally from California, we grew up together, but it's this funny thing that everything has been circulating around this movie in Downfall. That Disney movie that came out that everyone apparently loves. So, last night, Cecilia was like, "We're doing this, we're going to watch this." And I'm like, she's like, "We're watching it." Okay. Okay, deal. So, we watched it. And, yeah, we watched it. Babe, you want to take the floor?
I thought it was cute. It's a cute little movie. I mean, I probably would want to watch it again just to understand it a little bit more, but I think I kind of get the gist of it. I know it's about a family who, I don't know what time it was supposed to take place in, but like, their background or whatever. But, it was just mainly about their grandparents and how they had to fight, well, not fight, but some people took over their land or whatever, and then this magical candle ends up in their hands and gives the family powers, except for one kid, and then the grandma, kind of pushes her away a little bit, just because she doesn't have a power, and, but eventually, there you go, a gift, I meant a gift, that's what they called it, a gift, and, yeah, I mean, I don't know, but she ends up saving the family afterwards, and I think they end up getting their gifts back, and I think she ends up getting a gift. I'm not quite sure though. See, I have to watch it again to kind of understand it more. Because I mean, when you watch things for the first time, you're just, taking the whole picture in. You keep watching something, then you kind of pick up on the little things that you missed.
Yeah.
And stuff. But it was cute. I would recommend it as well. The music was really good. I love,
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. Our heritage, of course, Latino heritage, so it was pretty cool.
So I think that's why I like the music too a lot.
Yeah, we both dance salsa. That's our thing. So we really, I thought it was pretty cool too. But really, I like the deeper picture in it because it really touches. And for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, my apologies. Our apologies for spoiling it for you. But I think a deep look at it, I really think it's really neat because at the end, the grandmother realizes, and I think everybody realizes, that sometimes your gift is your curse. In a sad way. Not necessarily horribly all the time, but sometimes your gift puts so much pressure on you to where you have to be that all the time. And I kind of feel like, it really hit hard because it's like, no matter what, no matter how pretty and attractive you are, how strong you are, or how, of course, mentally tough, or however, whatever it is that you are, of course, the two other daughters in the family, they their strengths and everything, or their gifts. Kind of crazy, like no matter what it was that you have, no matter what, you're more than your gift.
Mm-hmm.
You're gifted. You have a beautiful gift, but you're still a person.
I think they're also saying too, like the town and even themselves take their gifts for granted in a way. People always expecting them to do stuff with their gifts. So yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely. I thought it was pretty cool because they pretty much showed, like, I think a big picture, especially as a Disney movie for kids. I think it's really neat because you're absolutely right. It's showing that we're all way more than our gifts. We're all gifted in some way, but at the end of the day, we're still more. We're a person. We're somebody who, even if we're admired for our gifts, it's really cool because we're still more than that. And I thought it was a really cool movie. I really thought that was really the message behind it was pretty cool. And yeah, way to go, Disney. Pretty neat little movie there, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, I liked it a lot. Of course, like I said, it ties in with our heritage, so we enjoyed it a lot too. And I guess I thought it was really neat. Really good
It's a
movie.
cute movie.
And then last night, right after that, we started watching another one. Me, I'm a villain kind of guy myself, and I just feel there should be more villain stuff out there because yeah, it's pretty cool. Well. When I was little, my first theme in my room and everything, and I was like 5 years old, was 101 Dalmatians. I loved it. Thought it was awesome. Well, all these years later, they're starting to make all these movies and everything, and wouldn't you know it, a movie gets made by the name of Cruella. And we all know she is the villain in 101 Dalmatians. And we started watching it last night. Of course, we had way long to go, and it was like 11 something, and we realized that there was like 2 hours and 11 minutes left. And yeah, we
So yeah, we only got through half of it, or less than half.
Yeah, but we only got like maybe 45 minutes. That's a long movie. Or maybe like less than that, like 20 some, almost 30 minutes. But we got into it, and we enjoyed it. But we had a long way to go, so we're gonna definitely finish that tonight before we get on air for our stint of IMSA. Oh, look at that! Here we go. We are just under 20 hours to go, and the headlights just kicked on. So we are getting ready for some night racing at Daytona and the Rolex 24. And the headlights are on. The sun's starting to go down, and well, these cars are getting ready for this night stint. Oh man, I'm loving it. This is going to be so much. I love the night racing. It's so cool to see it. So we're just approaching 6:10 over on the East Coast, getting close to 3:10 over here on the West Coast. And yeah, the lights are on. And let's see. Oh, looks like we got a driver change for that number 2 Acura. So really cool. Of course, it's one of the cars we're cheering on here in the DPI. So, oh, this is awesome. So yeah, here we go. That's 60. That Acura is getting changed out. Looks like Cash Nevis is getting on out. Don't know who's going to replace him. But yep, the Cadillac. Oh, sorry, it's not Cadillac. The Acura is switching up cars, and let's see if this prototype can take it all the way to the finish line, y'all. So anyway, with that said, different movie. Cruella is interesting. You want to give the pre-up to where we are?
I mean, there's really not much to say because we barely started watching it. All it is just getting more details about. Well, her name is Estelle. Somehow it switches to Cruella. I guess we'll figure that out. But I mean, I think her mom did call her Cruella in the beginning, because she was being a little brat in a way. And she's like, "Your name is Estelle and not Cruella." So yeah, it's just a little. It's a movie about her, like how I think it shows why she became so evil and everything like that.
It's. I'm not trying to relate the two, but I feel like this is kind of like it's doing what Wicked did, Wizard of Oz. It's giving you the backstory of the Wicked Witch and how she got there. So it's pretty much the same thing. You know, we're getting Cruella de Vil and why she was so evil and kind of like what got her there. Kind of sad the Dalmatians killed her mom. That was really sad, actually.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that. So I wouldn't like those dogs either. So yeah, I mean, pretty crazy. But so yeah, you guys, that's what we've been up to, and things we've been checking out and all that good stuff. And yeah, so once again, we're at 19 and a half hours to go in this show here, and coverage continues of this awesome race on USRN 2 right now. We are actually going to jump on USRN 2 on our Mixler app and head on over to the grocery store. We need to get our groceries ready and do all that fun stuff. But we're going to get back, of course, finish watching Cruella, check out, keep this race going, and yeah, enjoy ourselves, come back, do some wash, cook some dinner, all that good stuff. Enjoy our weekend, and then we will see you coming up later on tonight in just about 6 hours, actually, talking on iESports Radio on Mixler.com. Really excited for that. So we will continue our the coverage here. We are the third stint of this Rolex 24. And yeah, we look forward to doing all that. So anyway, you guys, with that said, man, it has been a fun one. And hey, we never actually get under an hour.
No.
We always
This is the first.
Yeah, we always go over an hour, and we're only 7 minutes over an hour. But hey, this is better. We usually go about an hour and a half sometimes. But I feel like since we're inconsistent sometimes with our show and everything, it's nice to give our listeners a little more. But I will say we are doing our best to be more consistent. And what's that? Oh yeah, whoops! I totally forgot about the game. Gosh darn it! Well, yeah, I'm over here calling it a race. Well, looks like we're definitely going to go over now. So
I totally asked like 3 questions before.
We're definitely not going to go a lot. But I totally forgot about the freaking game. Okay. Yeah, we're only going to do about 4 questions, but definitely fun. I know you guys wanted to have a game with us, so we appreciate you so very much. And, well, we're going to play a little game here. This is one that we started last year, and we're really excited to continue on with our little games here. We'll have different ones coming up. But, yeah, I've decided to call this one a test of both worlds. Why? Because, get it, best of both worlds. Cecilia is more of a pop culture person. I'm into sports. But we get to each other's worlds, of course, and kind of neat because I'm over here watching movies about cheese and things and all this, and she ends up finding herself watching 24-hour races in football. So, yeah, kind of funny. So, and we pick up on things, of course, from each other's worlds. So, now it's time to test our knowledge and have a little fun with it. So, without further ado, here we go, y'all. Test of both worlds. Dave, have the honors. You go first. You need to ask me a question from your realm, and I only have, what do you want to say, 30 seconds or a minute to answer? What do you think?
30 seconds.
30 seconds? All right. So the stopwatch is here. And begin.
Okay. Which member of the Spice Girls abruptly left the group in 1998?
You gonna do me like that?
Yes.
I will say, oh, well, let's start the timer. Ready, go. There we go. Okay. I will gladly admit that when I was younger, I was so into the Spice Girls when I was like 6, 7 years old. My cousin, it was fun. Her and I were really into them together. It was fun, and we enjoyed it. I forgot their names. I really did. But I have to say, I'm going to take a wild guess. I don't know if I remember anybody leaving.
Better hurry.
The one that was married to Beckham. Posh Spice.
No.
Spice. Oh, gosh darn it! Okay.
It's Ginger Spice.
Dang it!
I don't know how to say her name.
Dang it. Jerry Halliwell.
Yeah.
Halliwell. Darn it. Okay. I thought it was the one that was married to David. Right? She's married to David Beckham, right?
Yes.
That's the one that, okay, yeah. Crazy. That is, okay. I wonder why she left. That's interesting.
Very drama.
You know what? They made a song about her. I remember that. Yep, Darren's popping in now. Awesome. Well, have fun with the audio clips, brother. We're going to continue our game here, so thank you, man. And there we go. So, okay, next up, let's continue it on. Well, that's 0 for me. That's a 0 for me. I took an L in this one so far, so I'll have a 0. And let's see. Let's continue here. So, all right, man. Let's get into some racing. I like racing. Racing is fun. Okay. This question is gonna be.
Don't make it hard, man. You make your sports questions too hard for me. That's not fair. Okay, go.
Gee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to ask a question about NASCAR. There are 1, 2, 3. I think there's 3. I think there was 4. But how about this? I think there's 3 or 4. I know for sure there's 3. I don't know who's pulled out or who's in. But give me 2 of the 3 or 4 makes of cars in NASCAR. And you can just go sporadically. Ready?
No, that's not fair. Just kidding.
Go.
You said makes of the car?
Makes.
I don't know. I forgot. We named some earlier, too.
You know, like the make of a car. Think of some car makes.
I don't know.
Who makes
what car
cars?
Makes.
Who makes cars?
What, Toyota?
That's 1. Toyota is...
Mustang?
Mustang is not a make.
Oh, gosh, darn. I don't know.
It's a... Come on. I was there.
Something with the M. Maserati or something like that. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I quit.
Okay, 30 seconds is up, but I will give it to you because you said Mustang, and that's Ford, and Ford does actually make a version of NASCAR.
Mercedes. That's what I was thinking of. I don't know why I said
Mercedes is not in NASCAR.
whatever.
But I will give you that. From what I understand, right now, it's just Ford, Toyota, and Chevy.
Chevy was on TV too.
But yeah, I don't know if there was any more. I forgot there might have been a 4th one. But yeah, but anyway, so yeah, 2 of the 3. So I will give you that one because you said Ford. You said Mustang, and it is Ford. It's actually the Ford.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know if that was from today or when that was, but oh my gosh, the car just freaking flipped like no other.
Exploded. Okay, that was yesterday? If I'm not mistaken. Okay. Wow. It looks like...
I just happened to glance at the TV and all of a sudden I see a car just flipping over like crazy.
I don't think this was NASCAR. This was Pocono 2018.
Oh, 2018. Holy crap. I would have been flipping out if I saw that. I did right now, but...
paralyzed.
He was paralyzed?
Unfortunately.
Oh.
But I do believe he did... I don't know if he got back behind the wheel. But he is... this man... I remember him... Wickens, I believe. Unfortunately, I remember there was one who passed away. Robert Wickens. I'm not sure. But unfortunately, yeah, he had a tough go. That was Pocono 2018. It was a horrible accident. And he's still alive, thank God, by the grace of God. However, I do believe to this day, unfortunately, he's still paralyzed from the waist down. And he is just somebody who's so brave. He has been through a lot of crap. And like I said, I'm not sure. It looks like he's still around, thank God. But unfortunately, this is what happened to him, and it's a crazy sport. Unfortunately, it's just something that happened. So, yeah, this was that was IndyCar.
Oh, okay.
At the Pocono Motor Speedway, and he poor guy. That was they can show the replay right now from that, and he is, I mean, just, once again, by the grace of God, he lived.
Mhm.
And,
Oh, no.
and yeah, so, he, actually, I believe, let's see here, he is driving again today for his
Oh, wow.
first time back. Oh, wow. Yeah, so he's back in the sea. I actually found an article here from the Daytona Beach News Journal. Wayne Taylor Racing. He's racing today, and wow, this is an amazing story. 32-year-old Ontario native from Ontario, Canada. Robert Wickens is back behind the wheel, but that is incredible. That is incredible. He's back behind the wheel going fast again, and that is amazing. Well, unfortunately, thank goodness, that was a horrible thing, but thank God he's okay, and it is awesome to see him back behind the wheel. So, wow, that definitely deserves the applause button. Big time ups to him, and this man made it. He lived, and that is awesome. So, hopefully one day he'll walk again. I don't know the severity of his paralyzation, but I do know that it was great to see him back behind the wheel today. So, that is awesome. And, yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that. Yeah, that's awesome. So, I knew that. Okay, so I will give you that. You got Ford. You said Mustang, and of course it's Ford Mustang, but even though it's a Ford Taurus, which is a part of NASCAR, but I don't want to say it. So, okay, go ahead. Next question.
Okay, next question. What former Nickelodeon star is also the longest running member of the Saturday Night Live cast?
Kenan Thompson?
Oh, snap, you got it.
Is that Kenan?
Yeah.
I'm a Kenan and Kel fan growing up, so yeah, that was pretty cool. So, okay, we got one. So, hey, I got one over here on this side. Great, I'll take it. Okay, well, I didn't know he was on that show. I just know I've seen him on Saturday Night Live before. So, with that said, and it's funny, I didn't even start the timer.
Oh,
Whoops.
well, you got it within this second.
Sorry, I know it. Okay, next one. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go with. Ooh, I know. I got it. Oh.
Sorry, thank you.
So, yeah, Taryn, there be my man. I'm a Keaton and Kel fan. I just watched Good Burger. That's a great movie. I don't care. I'll watch it till this day. I go, crap, that's funny. They're funny. So, okay. Next question for my babe. Here we go. Let's see. How about... I got one. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. My question for you is, I've asked this one before. I think you can get this one. How many yards is a first down?
100 yards.
100. Oh wait, I didn't even start the clock.
I
You got
don't
a
know.
freebie.
1 yard.
How many yards is it to get a first down? Go.
I don't know. Oh, wait.
To get a first down.
Oh, 4 downs.
No, how many yards?
Never mind, I'm confused. I don't know.
Never first and
I don't know. 100.
100.
Yeah.
How many yards?
Oh.
Oh, Taryn ruined the game. We're supposed to put it. Oh, darn it. We're supposed
You
to.
didn't ruin it.
We're supposed to.
I just forgot to cover it.
Oopsies. All right. Well, it's 10.
Well, don't give that to me because I didn't get it right.
Okay. Well, there we go. First and 10.
You should have asked me how many downs.
I am sorry.
I don't know yards.
Adam says for the Raiders 20. For the Raiders. We'll be. Yeah, seriously. We go backwards. First and 10, second and 15, third and 20 punt. That's usually the Raiders. But anyway. All right. Well, next question. So we're tied 1-1. Let's do this. So yeah, I'm taking the big L award. Oh, you're funny, Terry. You're good, brother. You're good. So okay, here we go. I'm not looking at the screen either.
Yeah, well, you guys can still participate, obviously. That was just our bad. We forgot to cover up the screen.
Our bad.
Anyway, what movie has the best-selling soundtrack of all time?
Best-selling Best sounding
Wild tongue twister. Soundtrack of all time.
Oh, that's a tough one. I got 15 seconds to go. I'm gonna go on the whim here and say this is one of your all-time favorite movies, Grease.
Actually, no.
Yep, that's it. I'm out of time. Okay.
You could have given me more answer.
Okay, what is
It's
it?
The Bodyguard. Whitney Houston.
What?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What?
The Lion King.
Lion King! Wow, y'all, The Bodyguard. Whitney Houston. I would have never, I didn't even know there's a movie called The Bodyguard. So there you go.
Yes, you do. I've told you about it. That's how, that one song, I'm forgetting it now. I Will Always Love You Forever, or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that's crazy.
If I
Okay.
could sing, I would sing it, but I can't sing.
You can sing beautifully, babe.
No.
Yes. So right now, I'm going into the second half of the third round. It's all tied up 1-1. But Cecilia
This
has...
will be the last question.
This is the... I thought we were going 4 rounds. Oh! We're going third. This is our third round.
Yeah.
So if you get it right, game over, you win.
Mm-hmm.
If you get it wrong, we go another round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So third and final round, third round of regulation, I guess. Here we go. All right, babe. Let's have a fun one. Let's see. Nothing too crazy, but I'll give you something kind of challenging. Let's see here. Let's see. Couple seconds.
You thinking of a question?
Yeah, I'm trying. I can't think of anything. Oh my gosh. I'm just kidding. Okay, I got one. Okay.
Oh.
What's the only sport where you have the ball on defense? Ready, go.
Wait, repeat.
There's only one sport
Uh-huh.
that you actually have the ball on defense, not on offense. Go.
Soccer?
Where you have the ball on offense?
No.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. I don't know anyone.
No.
Other than football, baseball, basketball.
Well, I should only give you one guess, because you could say all these things at one time, but you got it right. Baseball.
Oh, that don't count then. I said soccer, basketball.
You said a whole bunch of answers, so I guess I'll have to give it to you.
No, that doesn't count.
Because baseball, yes, absolutely right, Adam. Baseball is the only sport in the world.
I didn't even know baseball had offense or defense.
Yeah. If you're on offense, you're batting.
Oh.
If you're on defense, you're on the outfield.
Oh.
But the only sport in the world where you actually have possession of the ball, usually when you have possession of the ball or the puck, you're on offense and you're trying to score. But the only sport in the world where you're actually on defense and you actually have possession is baseball, because you're pitching. But yeah, you can score.
Oh.
Crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the only sport in the world where you don't have the ball on offense.
Oh.
You get the ball thrown to you, but possession of the ball belongs to the defense. Crazy, right?
That makes sense
So,
now.
yeah, so you said it, but you sure you don't want to count that one?
No, I don't want to count it because I only said soccer and basketball. I named baseball, but that wasn't my final answer.
Okay, well, looks like we're going into a fourth round, you guys. All right, babe, what we got?
Okay, hold on.
What do we got? Meanwhile, here on the IMSA, with the Rolex 24, we're switching cars, looks like, here in a DPI. Look at this. We got ourselves a nice little pit stop going on here. And it is the number 31 Cadillac DPI. Looks like here we have the driver changed up, so I don't know if Durrani is getting in or whatnot, but here we go, you guys. We're getting ready. The nightfall has hit. It is 6:29 Eastern time. The lights are on, and that 31 is out of the pits and back into the race. Oh man, what a great race this is. Okay, you ready, man?
Ready? What is the name of the family dog on Full House?
Oh gosh, dang it. Here we go. Let me start the timer because I honestly don't know. Okay, here we go. Gosh damn it. Benji.
No.
Oh, gosh, dang it. I don't know, I'm only allowed like 1 or 2 more.
No, you can keep guessing until you finally give a final answer until 30 seconds.
Michael.
No.
Toto.
No.
No,
What's Wizard of Oz?
well, my bat's a dog. I did. I don't know. 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Comment.
Wow. Yeah, I would have never known that in a million years. And it's funny because I actually used to watch Full House a lot when I was younger as a kid. So, okay. Crazy. Yeah, I just watched it with my mom. And then even alone later, we'll just come on and be like, hey, here you go. It's Full House is on. Okay. Wow, I screwed that up. Adam said I missed the question. The dog's name on Full House. Okay. Did not see that coming. Okay, well, I get a 0, but if Cecilia can get this one right, she wins it. So, let's see here.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, you guys. Let's see, what is it? Let's go to... Oh, let's get the timer up there. Alright, this should be a fun one. How about this? Let's go a different route. Let's go into... What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
No. Okay. How about this? We talked football. We had some racing. The baseball one was a pretty cool question. Kind of. I mean, a little something in there. Ooh, how about... Oh, man, I am losing it. I know, I can't think of anything cool. Would you look at that? I know we should have been prepared with these questions. These are just winging it, you guys. Sorry, I know, my bad. I'm getting the look right now. Okay, I got one. All right. We're going to go into a different realm here. Just a little bit different. Who was the young lady? I don't know if you know that one. We don't watch a lot of tennis, so I mean, I watch tennis, but yeah, we haven't really gotten to tennis. So darn it, I had a good question though. Okay, how about this? This one should be pretty. I don't think it's going to be too hard. At the same time, it should be a little bit challenging. So, I love watching rap battles of history. These guys are awesome on YouTube. And there was one that I showed to Cecilia like 2 weeks ago. And Tony Hawk took him on. And it was pretty awesome. Who is known as if one of the, or if not the greatest hockey player of all time, babe? What's his name?
I forgot his name.
Give me his first name.
I don't know it. I don't remember it.
You ever seen the video?
No. Does it start with an S?
No.
Darn it. A C?
No.
Okay, I give up. I don't know. If you said Tony Hawk the skater, then I would have known.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the hockey player's name.
No.
Mm-mm.
Time's up. Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
Okay. Can I call this one a Cats game, or are we going one more round?
No, we'll call it a Cats game.
Cats game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we finished this one 1-1, you guys. Darn it. It was fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
Cecilia would beg to differ.
Yeah. You always ask me hard ones.
It wasn't even hard.
No. I'm just kidding.
Uh-uh.
I'm just being a poor sport.
We're pretty easy.
To you
I mean,
and all our listeners, because they're all sports fans. And I'm not saying I'm not one, because obviously you made me one. Not made me, but, you know. But, yeah.
I've got to say
Just
that
have a horrible memory with sports.
I think you got tic-tac-toe at the Cats game. Yep, I agree. So, all right. Well, we'll be back next week. We're gonna get better at this. We're gonna have some fun ones. We'll maybe play a couple of rounds of this at the end of next show next week. But anyway, you guys. Well, I think it's about that time to cue the music. because we're out of here, y'all. So, man, it was a fun one. Definitely enjoyed that game. Definitely enjoyed that show. 90 minutes in, and here we go. So, we are almost to 19 hours left in the Rolex 24. We are way far away from that finish line. Yeah. We got some hours to go in this one. So, looking forward to that. Remember, USRN 2 right now. Head on over there. Also, coming up in a few minutes. So, show love to everybody here. Oh, that's right. Final news of the night, of course. Tom Brady retired. Man, how about that? Tom Brady calls it a career.
I think it's good for him. It's bittersweet to think about that his all his fans and everything. But he obviously felt like it was time to
I completely agree. It was time to step out. And honestly, he 100% deserves a huge applause. Tom Brady, you're the man. Greatest quarterback to ever play the game. He's got 7 rings. The man has played in I think 9 or 10 or 11. I don't know how many Super Bowls he's played in. This guy has played in more Super Bowls than some people have ever even gotten there. And they've played in the NFL for a long time. So this guy has really dropped his mark, made his mark in the NFL, and he will never be forgotten on that field, brother. So we appreciate you. Man, go on with your wife and your kids and have a great life.
Yeah.
We are not forgetting you ever. So
Enjoy the retirement life.
Enjoy it. You and Giselle and the kids enjoy. You earned it. So, well, with that said, y'all, we're off to some grocery shopping.
Yeah. Adult life.
Hey, you like food?
You like it.
I do. So great show. Yeah, glad to hear you too, Taryn. Man, it's been a busy morning. Taryn and I were on this morning talking college football and just So yeah, welcome to the other side, Tom Brady. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, TB12. Thank you, Tom Brady. So, all right, babe. We are coming up on our final few moments here on air. So, final words for our listeners.
Thank you for listening. Take care. Be safe and stay healthy.
Absolutely. Please be safe, stay healthy. Enjoy the weekend. We got some football. Taryn says, I just got done with grocery shopping. Bought bread, mayo, and the Bagels are playing tomorrow, by the way. I'm just kidding. Make sure, check it out tonight. IE Sports Radio on Mixer.com. Taryn will be stopping by for a little bit. We might have Christopher Sims Peachy Sims himself. Christopher Lehman joined us. Cecilia and I will be on the call having fun with it. Check us out. Also tomorrow, some great games in the NFL. We'll see who heads the Super Bowl. With that said, you guys, for me, your boy Larry B, for my people fiance Cecilia, and our new wedding date on May 15th, the 8-year anniversary of IE Sports Radio. We will see you guys next week on the Sports Code Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.